Hello, my loves, it's Sister Unity, and as you may have noticed, there seems to be some political turmoil in the United States and other countries recently. And it sounds like I've got a tinfoil hoobie-doobie on my head, but I swear to you, I think that one person in particular has poured a lot of money and resources into fomenting a lot of the discord around the world because they understand a really important dynamic in each of the places where they've had success. And that is what they're leveraging, and that is that people really want more money. Also power, but I think that this person who lives, who's a European in the eastern part of Europe, has leveraged greed. And leveraged the greed of people who already have enormous resources and can bring them to bear on shaping their own countries, politics, and societies such that those with these enormous resources will be able to get more. He realizes how greedy people are, especially people who have a lot. Well, I mean, he probably realized that everybody's greedy, but a certain class of us are too busy trying to keep our heads above water to pay much heed to the greed. But the people who have a lot of resources have a lot of time and a lot of mental space to stew on how much they like having a lot of money and how they can get more of it. Because more is good in our Western paradigm, is it not? Is that not the core of it? The American dream, even in Europe and almost every society. More money is so sought after. Some societies give more respect and honor to people with more gold. And who was it? Some sartorial commentator said that the difference between either British or European poor and working class and American poor and working class is that in Europe they understand what they don't have and that how they're prevented from getting it, and they don't have any tolerance for it. They don't put up with people lording it over them, and they go and try to make things equitable. And in America, people sit where they are because everyone thinks that they're a temporarily inconvenienced millionaire. They think that the American dream means that they are this close to getting those millions of dollars, and they keep voting against their own interests and supporting people and parties against their own interests because they think that they're one of those people. They're just this far away from having what those people in control have. And it all boils down to greed, isn't it? I mean, you know, there's a raging debate about the success of socialism and communism, and I agree. I think as pure political doctrines, they don't work because of human nature. For the same reasons that capitalism in its purest, well, in the form that it seems to be practiced in the United States, isn't working so well for so many people. It's working for a few people, well, about 1%. Both of them, the problem is greed. It's the human ego. Like, the people who get themselves in positions of control and power are like, oh, you know what? I've got control and power. I think I'm going to use this to get myself some more of what I like. It's too tempting. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So all of these people with so much money and so many resources are living in a bubble because of it, or are deluded by having yes people around them, or are living in an unrealistic bubble because they've surrounded themselves with so much luxury that they're unaware of some of the things that keep the other people, the rest of us, honest and humble, like the fact that poverty is tough and it's hard to get attitude and get greedy when you're impoverished, especially when you realize that the people you love and the people your neighbors are impoverished, And so it makes you aware, your own pain makes you empathic with other people's pain, and you realize that nobody should be having this pain, and you try to help each other. But when you're wealthy, you kind of, not everyone, but like so many wealthy people I see, they're kind of shielded from this reality. Like, they'll just go to the lake house. Who's hurting in their world? So, Sister Unity, got people like acting on their greed for all of these things. What is your solution? And I don't know the mechanics of it yet. And there are people who are much smarter activists than I. But ultimately the solution is that we have to let those people know, the greedy people know, that the majority of the rest of us don't feel the same way and are not going to put up with it. That there will be consequences to their actions when they leverage their resources to make all the rest of us fork over more of our money to them through government. Like, we pay taxes to the government and then they siphon off the money from the government. That's one of the ways. That we don't think that's right and we're not going to put up with it, and there will be consequences to their attempts at reshaping society to remove all of the features that keep more equity, like we all pay our taxes in the government, and the government has things like SNAP to help those of us who are elderly or too young to work or disabled, so they don't starve to death, because we believe that having people in your community starving to death is bad for everyone, including us. They don't seem to care about that. They seem to think that if they have more money, that starving people won't make a difference to them, won't affect their lives. Why should it? They're people who are so inconsequential in their mind that they're starving. Might as well get rid of them. It's such an unrealistic perception of what the world is, people are, and community is. For so many years, we understood this is what got us out of the Depression. We all banded together and we all like put our weight and put our backs into it behind pushing the car up the hill. And we recreated American society in ways that made us strong again, that revived industry. So many people will say, a cursory view of history will say it was World War II got us out of the Depression. World War II certainly was an enormous boost to our industry, but we had already begun to recover because of the programs that FDR proposed, his administration proposed. It wasn't just him, it was his cabinet, came up with a lot of the architecture, and that then Congress passed. So it wasn't just one person's cockamamie idea. This was a team effort by people who were elected by us. And it had started to bring us out of the Depression as the 30s rolled onward. The WPA, all the other programs started to revive the economy. So a group effort to make sure that there are consequences when greedy people start doing greedy things. That's the first thing that we have to somehow organize and take care of. And also, I think education is of paramount importance. One, a good education involves things like literature, art, history, drama, all of the examples of human lives and experience, whether real or fictionalized by brilliant people who understood the human mind, the human soul, and could put real truths about it into fictional literature or plays or dramas or films. And then history itself, which shows by actual example. All of these teach why greed deserves consequences, not power, not free reign to get everything that it wants. So education is, and some people are unreachable. You can educate them all you want and they're still going to be in their delusion, in their bubble. So education is also for all the rest of us, so that we know this has been done before, this never works, and here's how people got themselves out of being in the position where they were manipulated by those with enormous resources and greed. organization together, setting consequences for the people who transgress through their greed, and education so that all of us have open enough eyes to recognize greed, to know how to organize, and to know how to create consequences. Very sort of broad generalization about the situation, but I hope that that has political and social meaning for you, because I do think that this really boils down to greed. It is not immigrants, it is not black and white, it is certainly not transgender people, like 1% of the population that's like looking for a medical way to lift them out of misery. It's greed. It's people with a lot of gold who want everything their way, so that they can Scrooge McDuck in a big room filled with gold coins, or siphon off more of it. They're very powerful, but there's only a few of them, and there's more of us. The more we place this value on money and the pride of money and the greed of getting more money, the more we create people who are deluded and will take advantage of all of us. So we have to educate them through traditional learning or through action that no, it's not right, and we will set consequences for that kind of destructive behavior. Look what that behavior and those policies have done to our society already. Like SNAP benefits just went away. People are literally starting to starve. It ain't right. So the people making it happen gotta be told. I guess this could have been a 2-second video. Rich people are the problem. It ain't right. They gotta be told. So what can you do to tell them? How can you organize? With whom can you get together and work on the problem with people within your arm's reach, who either are those rich people who have a greed problem, or other people like yourself who can organize so that the group of you can set consequences? I mean, honey, like every major religion in the world says greed, boo, greed, bad. I believe Christ overturned some tables because of people exercising greed instead of honoring God in the courtyard of the temple. Do I have that right? I know in my religion, greed is a mind wrecker, and in Buddhism as well, greed is not the path to happiness. It is the cause of misery. So, what you gonna do?